I play rough with my cat and occasionally scratches me, but I don't grab it and punch the shit out of it, then choke it, then throw it across the room and go to kick it. So it's like the whole bullshit. It's like, this is your fault. I'm like, it's not my fault. I said, he's the one that did it. It's called karma. And if you're going to video that and put it online, what has he done before that he doesn't video?
I created Species Nutrition with one mission in mind: to provide bodybuilders and serious athletes with no-nonsense supplements that work. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution. What's up, guys? Dave Palumbo here for another edition of the Palumbo Podcast. I am here today with John Romano and the savior of all cats himself, Lee Priest.
Dave, we're wearing the same shirt.
Oh, we got a House of Pain shirt. Oh, he sent it to you?
No, this is from like 10 years ago.
Oh, I told him to send you a shirt.
Well, my fellow gringos, welcome.
Did he send you a shirt yet, Lee? Because you're supposed to get shirts too from House of Pain.
I haven't got any new ones for a long time.
Oh, all right. Well,
I have been a staunch supporter of House of Pain for many years. Many years.
They send them all to Dave, and he keeps them.
Corbett is the new owner, so he took it over recently.
It's like the tips. Dave's taking tips and shirts.
That's right. I feel that. I still have
Dave's like, just send them all to me, and I'll send them out.
I still everything. Actually, I got another. I got this massage gun company that wants me to review.
Another one. How many you got now?
I gave them out for like Christmas gifts a couple of years back. So I figured, I need a few more. So I said, all right, fine, I'll review these massage guns. And they're sending me 3 massage guns. I'll have to send you guys a couple of them. But they're pretty cool. Those massage guns, if you use them, are really good. They really do penetrate pretty well. But I will tell you this. Since I moved to Florida, I couldn't find a good masseuse. And this guy came up to me in the gym today, and he was asking me some questions. He's a men's physique guy. He's like 6'5", and he's like, I'm a massage therapist. And I'm like, holy shit, this guy was strong. He could definitely. I said, you do massages? He goes, oh yeah, I work out of this so-and-so office. I'm like, give me your number. I said, I'm hiring you.
Haven't you seen the guy that massages me on my Instagram? There's a picture of me and him. He's big and strong and fucking big.
I couldn't find anyone in Florida. Every time I get a massage, I fall asleep the whole time, and I don't even enjoy it.
That's what you want. You just want like a nice little tickle.
No, I don't. I don't do that. I need someone who can stretch my legs and my hips and all that stuff too. I had this girl, Marianne, who's sounds like very feeble, but she was so strong. She used to brutalize me back in the day in New York, and I used to cry while she used to massage me. But I felt so good the day after. It was like amazing.
There's a couple here. We have those massage ones in the mall. And some of them are just fluffy, but there's some you go to who are really good. There's one we go to, my wife went to, this little Asian lady there. She's really stocky, but fuck does she get? I think she's trying to torture us.
I thought you were going to say you got a happy ending from her or something.
No. There is one down the road here where I think they do that, but then there's a one just a block down that says on the door, we do not do happy endings. But I think that's just a ploy to keep the police away. They just put that on there.
Yeah, I had a friend who went to one of those, and he said, he goes, do you know what a happy ending is? I said, well, I never got one. I said, but I do know what it is. He's like, what is it? So I was explaining to him. He goes, oh, because they asked me. I thought I was going to have to give him a bigger tip. So I said, no.
You are, so you do have to give him a bigger tip. Or if you're lucky, just the tip.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
That's an extra 20.
Yeah.
A tug. What is it called? A tug and a rut?
Rub and tug.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So, Anyway, so Lee has become the savior of cats. There was this video that went viral about this the Aioli guy, a big social media influencer from Mexico, who was beating up his cat. And
like you, Dave, a few people have said, I think it's taken out of context.
Because
how can you take it out of context?
All right, let me
punching the cat in the head. He's choking it by the neck. He's throwing it across the floor. But then they're like, this happened a year or two ago. Why are you trying to ruin his career now? It's because you're short. You never won the Olympia. You're hating on him. You want more followers. It's because you're American and he's Mexican. You Americans hate Mexicans. Now, the ones that are saying that are generally no face accounts and just opened an account. The other ones, when I look at their profile, it looks like you took a train of Holocaust survivors and put broccoli hair on them. And they're the ones writing to me all this abuse. And I just laugh, and they're like, this was so long ago. But I'd say I've had thousands, because each of those videos and even the things, hundreds of thousands of people looked at it. They said the Mexican news did a thing about it, but nothing was ever done. He just sort of never really apologized. And in his last apology that he posted yesterday, he even says, well, this was sort of taken out of context. Someone's like, yeah, the cat attacked him first. I'm like, I play rough with my cat and occasionally scratches me, but I don't grab it and punch the shit out of it, then choke it, then throw it across the room and go to kick it. So it's like the whole bullshit. It's like, this is your fault. I'm like, it's not my fault. I said, he's the one that did it. It's called karma. And if you're going to video that and put it online, what has he done before that he doesn't video? You know,
let me play the video here. Hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
John, it's not that bad. Trust me.
It is. It's bad enough.
I'm an animal lover, and I think the guy's an idiot for doing it, but I don't think that it was. And I could be wrong. This is the guy. This is the retard who did it.
You're punching a cat in the head. Look, broccoli hair. He's got these little followers that are 15, 16, know nothing about life.
Yeah, you gotta be a real tough guy to punch a cat in the head.
Yeah, repeatedly.
What does that say? Lowest story. What, John? Read the caption.
It says, "I'm training for," and then it didn't say what.
Yeah, because the cat was up on his weight bench. That's when he picks it up and chokes it.
What happened to the video? They didn't even show the video.
If you go to
who
does it better, bodybuilding, you know, that side, who does it better, or they got it on their story, and the third swipe is him hitting the cat and choking it. It's like, how can you take it out of context, people? It's like, it is what it is. It'd be like me, Your Honor, I know I'm tearing her clothes off and forcing myself in her, but she said it was rape. Look, you're taking it out of context. We're just making love. It's like, you know, you're not really seeing the truth.
Every time you say that RAPE word, we get demonetized, just so you know.
Really?
Yes, all the time.
But you can beat up cats. That's
you can
cool.
beat cats up,
right. You can beat the pussy up, but you can't.
But say if someone was on Fox News, like those women after Trump, and they use that word, what, do they get demonetized if they say it?
Oh man!
You're allowed to use the word rape and Trump together. That's okay, but if you just use the word by itself,
right, you got to have Trump in the sentence in order for it to be allowed.
Yeah,
that's right. So
if you accidentally say it, you'll automatically add Trump to it, and we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the guy was kind of like doing this. He wasn't really hitting it hard. Look, I'm a cat animal.
The cat was going like this.
He's a moron. He's a moron for what he did, but and he probably deserves the backlash he got. But people are they try to ruin his whole life. This guy, he should just go on and apologize. Has he apologized?
Well, he did. If you go to his page, read the apology, and even it's pretty pathetic. But it's like, look, young LA, they got Jay Cutler and big names, Bradley Martin. I don't know who else, but
was it on the Young LA page or was it on his page, Lee?
His page. His apologies on his.
What's his screen name?
At Daddy.
Why are we making him famous?
I know. Well, he's got 1.5 million followers.
He's already famous.
I've been told I only posted this to get some of his followers.
So you beat up cats and you get 1 million followers.
Yeah, like I said, they're all young kids.
All right, John. John, translate this. Hold on.
I think there's an English version under. Excuse me.
Hello, I'm Daddy Aioli. I wanted to talk about the video from 2022 that has been resurfaced and is currently trending. It was taken out of context, does not reflect the reality of the situation. In 22, Animal Protection conducted a thorough investigation to determine the truth behind the video, concluding with the verdict that my cat has a loving family who cares about her and did not suffer any type of abuse. I am the man who believes in God and believes his will for my life. I do not support animal abuse in any way. In fact, I love animals. I'm a person who contributes to the well-being of animals. I would never allow that type of action. I am sincerely sorry if this case has caused any concern to confusion. Give all my gratitude to the people who support me. I love you all. Yeah, you know what? Look, the guy's a moron. I don't think he did it maliciously. I watched the video, but
no, he did. If you look at the video, the cat's hanging. He's got the cat like this. He's got the cat by the neck.
No, he was holding. He was holding by the scruff of the neck. He was holding by the scruff.
No, he was holding it under here.
He was doing this. He wasn't hitting it hard. He was pretending. He's still a moron.
You're defending a cat abuser.
He's a moron for doing it. He wasn't.
I want John to see it now, to see how you're being pathetic here, defending this cat abuser.
Where's the video? Where's the video? Hold on. Where is the video?
It's on Who's Bodybuilding, or Who Does It Better? That bodybuilding, WHOIS bodybuilding. It's got. Is it an
Instagram account?
Yeah.
Who's the best in bodybuilding?
Something like that. Who's something or.
Hold on.
And you'll see his photo on there, then the video's the third slide across.
Where it says canceled?
He's doing a double bicep shot or something, yeah.
Hold on.
Here's the first picture, then the third one's the video. So would you have him pet sick? I want people to know, there's this guy, he sort of abused kids a year ago. He said he's sorry, but he's a good babysitter. I can give you his number.
Yeah, hold on.
He just slapped the kid a little bit. Here you go. Look.
All right. Well, let's let John
look.
watch.
Look, by the neck. Look, by the neck.
No, he's got it by the
neck.
He's not punching it hard. Come on.
Oh, come on, Dave.
He's holding by the scruff of the neck. Look,
he's got his thumb under it. Look,
Lee, I agree with you. It was ridiculous and stupid and unnecessary.
He's punching it. Look at it.
He's not hitting it hard. He's playing around with it. Come on.
Oh, Dave, I can't believe it.
I wonder if Dave would defend me as much if I did that to that guy instead of the cat.
Yeah.
No, Romano's not hitting him that hard. His nose is bleeding.
His biggest the guy's biggest crime is
favorite python.
His biggest crime was that he's dumb. His biggest crime is he was dumb enough to video it and put it online. That's the level of dumbness.
And what's he done that he hasn't filmed?
He was not abusing. He wasn't abusing the cat. He's just an idiot for putting it online.
He was
funny.
Oh shit! You're gonna get stocks in species just dropped.
Must be a slow news day.
No, I'm an animal lover, but he's a moron for putting that video up. But he wasn't. I could tell he wasn't abusing the cat. What do you think, John? You saw it.
Look, anybody who would use an animal for that purpose, whether he's hitting it hard or not, is abusing.
He's got the
animal.
thumb wrapped under the neck. Look, under the neck.
Obviously the cat's not enjoying it. So
no, he's a moron. He's a moron. I don't think look, he's a moron.
And he kicks it. He drop kicks.
You should.
You know what's going to happen? This is, what country? He's in Mexico, so nothing's going to happen to him.
John, you want to hear a sad truth? If you would have seen Jimmy Pelleccia back in the day when he was with his ex-wife, what he used to do to those poor Persian cats, I used to scream at him and
really,
he hated his wife's Persian cats, and I was I'm a cat lover. And I'm like, I had to chase him. I had to say, Jimmy, get your hands off those cats. He'd be like, yeah, get out of here. You chase him.
Good thing, but he was probably on Anadrol, and I'm not making excuses for him.
Look, Grandma Priest is making excuses for her grandson, Jimmy the Bull.
Jimmy the Bull needs some ketamine.
Good thing I didn't see it, Jimmy. We'll have to rethink the relationship. But now young LA and Drager Farmer have ceased their contracts. So
they dropped them?
Yep. So I've been told that I'm destroying this young guy's career. I said, look, karma comes around. You can't do shit like that. Put it online.
No, you're right.
Nothing's going to happen. Yeah, it was quiet in Mexico, but now you've been signed by a company, and once you become famous, it happens to everyone. Look at some of the shit they drag up of comedians who have said things that aren't even bad, but they get cancelled and lose contracts and sponsorships. So you need to think, and a fucking haircut and all of his followers. It's like, oh, look, yes. I said, look, maybe down the line, if I saw him do what I used to do. Go volunteer at an animal shelter where animals are abused and need help. Do that for 12 months.
Right.
And if one of your sponsors or you yourself want to donate monthly to an animal shelter for 12 months, then you might get some redemption. But even in his apologies, like, I'm a God person, I believe in God. It's like, yeah, everyone that commits a crime and gets caught suddenly finds God. So
it's like those guys in prison. They kill 19 people. They're on death row, and then you see them. You know, they got a cardigan on and the little round glasses, and they're carrying the Bible around. You know, and they're God-fearing people now. Well, where were you when you put the kid in the microwave?
All right.
You know,
that's what I said, because there was that guy, who's that sheriff in Scottsdale, Sheriff Papaya or whatever his name is. You know, he makes them work on the chain gang. He has them out in tents in the desert.
Makes them
and
wear
they're like,
paint.
this is so cruel. If prisoners were, well, this is cruel. He's like, if it's good enough for our soldiers in the desert in tents, it's good enough for you. And he brought his dog along the fence line. And the guy who was interviewing him for one of the Fox stations, this was like a couple of years ago, he's like, so why are you hated so much? He's like, because I don't take shit from these prisoners. And he goes, look, we went to the fence. There's a prisoner there. He's like, good morning. He's like, good morning. He goes, do you know what I spend on this dog's meals? How much a day? He's like, $5 something. He goes, you know what I spend on you? Like $1.20. And then these prisoners, like, to the cameraman, well, see, he treats us like we're animals and that. And the warden guy, the sheriff, and the things like, and that woman you stabbed 20 times. How did you treat her? So
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
All right.
Like
Given that the guy made a very bad judgment call by putting that video up and doing the video to begin with, all right, which I agree with. I'm not disputing it. Should he be forgiven? I mean, because everyone, we've all made mistakes. You know?
Not like that. Never made mistakes like that.
I say no, and the reason why I say no is this: nobody knows why somebody gets all the followers they get. There's no formula,
right?
So it's pure luck that you somehow affect the algorithm in a way that gets you 1 million followers, 2 million, 3 million, whatever, and you're virtually nobody. So by the same stroke of luck that brought you that success, the same exact stroke of bad luck should end that success.
Okay.
That's it. If you're stupid enough to squander your good luck on something that stupid, you deserve what you get, period. We got to stop coddling people. Every time we coddle somebody, we make life worse for the rest of us. You fuck up, you pay the price, period. End of story.
Right.
Because I've been told I'm only angry because I never won the Olympia. Who are you to talk, Lee? You got kicked out of the IFBB. You're just as bad. I'm like,
well, you'd probably be happier if you won the Olympia.
Yeah. No, look, Lee is a defender of the weak and the downtrodden. There's no doubt about that. You love to come to the underdogs, rescue, and that you've always done that your whole career. And that's why you complained so much when you were in the IFBB. You were placing and making money, but you were pissed off that the people below you weren't making money for making it to the Olympia, and so you went on. You risked your reputation and getting banned and getting fined, so that these other guys could make money. And so people should really respect that about you rather than put you down for that.
It's like I said, I'm not happy he lost his contracts, but like John said, if you do silly things, you got to pay some prices for it. And maybe it took a year or two, but it's going to come back to you. And then, like I said, if I saw him actually show remorse and help out and volunteer at animal shelters or donate money to them, like I've done, it's like, okay, then it might be like you're working, because right now it's just lip service. If you get caught, people try and say the right things. Oh, thank God, that's a good one. And then I'll do blah, blah, blah.
Do you guys remember when Eminem got arrested for some gun charge a long time, 10, 15 years ago? And Eminem made his whole career being a white thug, okay? Then you see him, he goes to court. He's got a suit on, he's got little round glasses, and his hair's all pulled back, and he lost his thug accent all of a sudden. And all of a sudden he's a choir boy,
Justin Timberlake.
People, the one sending me all the hate, don't shoot the messenger, people. I'm just put it out there because someone said it's been out for a while and nothing ever happened. And then, like I said, these big companies sponsoring him, then the video come out and was sent to me. I thought, well, that's not right, because here you have a guy abusing animals, and sponsored by a company, like I said, Bradley Martin, Jay Cutler. They sponsor a lot of people. I'm thinking, who would want to be associated with that? And then I get I hate Mexicans because I'm American. They obviously don't know I'm Australian.
That's really the funniest.
What about Michael Vick? I said, when the Michael Vick thing happened, I put up quite a few posts about what a piece of shit he was when he did the dog fighting and all that, even though it was on my last account that got deleted. You can't see it now, but I've always spoken about, there's a guy close to me here. He put like 5 little puppies in a bag and drowned them just in the river up here. And all he got was, he's like, you can't have dogs for 12 months. That's all he got. I posted about that.
He should never be able to have dogs for the rest of his life.
But Michael Vick went to prison for abusing. He actually went to prison. So, you know, he paid a penalty for it. And his life was never the same after that.
No.
So, you know, you reap what you sow. That's life, man.
Yep.
And everybody, every fucking buddy is looking for the forgiveness. They can do whatever they want. They can act as however they think they can act. And then when it comes time to pay the price, they want to whine and cry and get another chance. And I'm sorry, and I didn't mean it. It's out of context. Bullshit. You got to be responsible for what you do. And we're in an age now where that is almost non-existent.
You're right.
No one's held accountable anymore.
Nope.
You murder someone, you do something. Oh, I got mental health problems, or I got this, or my mum and dad didn't treat me right. It's like almost like the criminals now, or the people committing the crimes, they have more rights than sympathy. People give them sympathy more than the victims.
That's true.
Someone said, "Oh, the cat, you don't know that." He told us that cat always attacks him. I'm like, oh, so because that little cat attacks him.
It was a kitten. It was a kitten. Right. It wasn't even
weigh 2 pounds.
Look, here we can sort this out right now. My friend Matthew goes to Africa once or twice a year. He goes on those gaming safaris.
Right.
Take Daddy with you. When you see the big African lion, let him out. Let's make it a fair fight, and let's go see how he lasts with the lion.
Like the old gladiator days. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, let's have a fair fight. If the guy weighs, 175 pounds, the cat should weigh 175 pounds, and then we'll see who's punching who in the head.
I often imagine that. Yeah, it's like I said, I sometimes joke, I play rough with my cat and he gets his little claws in and the cat gives you that little scratch. You're like, oh, I can only imagine. I'm thinking, imagine a fucking lion or tiger where the claws are this big. One little fucking
I got news to you. I got a water monitor, and those claws, they're like dinosaur talons.
Oh.
They rip through your skin like it's like paper almost.
I know, it's like when they dig in too, it's like they don't let go, they drag it. Once they're in, they just keep dragging.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Believe
me.
A lizard?
I'm like,
yeah, a water monitor is a reptile lizard. Yeah. So I can imagine what a tiger must be like if it grabs you.
But even like those water monitors. What about even like we have those goannas here in Australia? You see the size of their claws, those goannas. They just rip you open and then eat you with the bacteria.
What are those crazy birds called?
The
cassowaries or something like that?
Yeah, the cassowary. You have the thing on their head. You
those
see
things
the
will
claws on them.
They'll tear your guts out. Those things. They'll gut you. Those things.
Oh yeah.
Hey, did you see this?
Don't the goannas and the Komodo dragons? They got the big claws, but don't they bite you and put that poison in you that paralyzes you?
They have poisonous glands in there.
So you can't get away. Then they just slowly track you down and eat you from the arm.
Yeah, they keep follow you until you die.
What's interesting is that the Komodos are the biggest lizards on the planet, but the Asian water monitors, which I have some, they're the smartest. They think, they know what they don't just act. They think about what they're going to do before they do, which is even
what's
scarier.
That one? Have you seen? I think it's on David Attenborough. That lizard, I forget where is it in the Galapagos Islands, and underwater it actually looks like Godzilla. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, I saw
where it was.
Yeah, it looks like a sea monster.
I think aren't those the Komodos?
No, I don't know if that's a Komodo. This one, because this one actually has like the little spikes on its head.
Oh, that's where they got Godzilla after.
I think so. I think that the face and everything.
Those are iguanas. The iguanas look like that, but
iguanas
they
swim. You should see the iguanas in my backyard swimming in that bed. They're scary. That's what they got.
What are really smart is this animal called a honey badger.
Oh yeah.
There was a show on Animal Planet. I guess I got roped into watching it. And the guy put this honey badger. He kept getting out of its enclosure. No matter what this guy did, he ended up digging a hole, lining it with concrete, angling the walls in like this, and all kinds of ways to try to keep this thing in. And it would figure out how to get out. At one point, when the walls were angled in and he couldn't climb them up because they were more than 90 degrees, he starts piling mud up against the wall, and he made a ramp and he walked out.
Look at those claws on that honey badger.
I saw a thing on one of the animal things I watch on YouTube. There was a honey badger and I think it's like 3 female lions trying to get it, and this thing took them on and they fucking took off. Yeah, like 3 female lions would, they're having a go at it. This honey badger stood its ground and attacked them, and the lions ran off. The lionesses ran off. You know what's smart when you watch them hunting packs of those they're fucking brutal when they get on the animal, is those African prairie dogs, those wild dogs.
Yeah.
They'll go after anything in a pack and just rip it apart.
When they're in a pack, yep.
Have you seen the Parenti monitors where you live, Lee?
Which one?
Parenti monitors. They're pretty. They're
Probably
only in Australia. They're pretty cool.
I like the frill neck lizard. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, but the Parentis are much more majestic and they're much bigger.
The frill neck lizard's just so good when its fin goes. It's like on Jurassic Park.
That's what I think. That's where they got that. Yeah, I think that's where Jurassic got the idea for that dinosaur. Yeah. The Parenti is beautiful though, but they're big.
Oh yeah. We have lots of them around. You can go out the bush here and see lots of different lizards around.
You guys got a lot of animals there. You know,
I'm surprised you don't come to Australia more, Dave, with all the reptiles we have here.
Well, I did. I was until COVID, and then I haven't really traveled there.
Just like an hour from me is the big Gosford Reptile Park.
Believe me, I know. There's a lot of big reptile keepers there. I've gone to their houses actually when I was in Australia a couple times. What's his name?
You still contact that guy here? Was it the Snake Pit or whatever? The Snake Pit.
Yeah, but there's also Peter Birch is a big reptile guy, and he's kind of on the way to your house from Sydney. If you're driving.
Okay. So. Yeah, well, from Sydney coming up me halfway is the reptile park, and they have
that's where he
snakes,
is.
Lizards, crocodiles, alligators.
Yeah. Isn't Tim Belknap a big
yes
guy?
Boa? He's a boa guy. Yeah,
boa
constrictors. Did you see this on that Instagram page?
Yeah.
Priest versus Lewis. Who do you think, John?
Lee.
I
wish they were hitting the same pose. But
the flex from the rear, like his back was probably harder in glutes because I never focused on my glutes. But if I had to compete against him and I had to match up, then I would have. But we always laugh, Flex, because we get asked this question for so many years. He says me, I say him. So it's like
I think you had better arms, shoulders, and delt.
And with smaller weights. What would be cool to do is to do a virtual pose down, pose for pose.
It's hard though. It's hard to get the proportion right.
It's true.
Pretty soon AI will just do it. Just say AI, Chat GPT or whoever it is.
I like when people sometimes do these with me. Sometimes they'll be like, here's Lee Priest and say some other guy. But it'll be like, this is Lee Priest, the photo of me at 21. There's their photo at 32.
Right.
If you're going to compare, put his photo at 21 near my 21. Exactly. If we're going to do the same.
I would still like to see it, man, because Flex Lewis is a pretty incredible bodybuilder. Lee is an incredible bodybuilder, and both at their prime, side by side, I would just like to see it.
Yeah,
I think it would have been good if I was like in the 202 or 212 back in the day. Could have been me, Flex, Jose. A lot of all the good, really short guys. It would have been good to be in a
Kamal.
Kamal. Well, even Hardy when he was down in that class and everything.
Who was that dude that used to manage Bevs? He was
Kevin English.
Kevin English. He used to lose 60 pounds to compete.
Is he still at Bev's training? Or
I think he still works there. Yeah. Did you see this picture someone made with AI of me? Hold on, I'll pull it up.
Oh, the Barbarian.
Yeah, I saw that. Pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty soon they're going to be able to do everything with AI. It's going to be scary.
I noticed you got a tattoo on your face there, Dave. Looks good.
Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah,
Get it.
Let me tell you something. They're already doing it. I was scrolling through Facebook, and there was an ad that had Joe Rogan talking about something. No, yeah, it was Joe Rogan.
Talking about you. You sent it to me.
No. That was another. I guess Joe Rogan, for some reason, must be easy to AI or something because they use him a lot. But he was promoting some product, and I'm watching it. And I'm thinking, man, that's Rogan is hawking that. It's got to be like somewhat legit. And I'm looking at it, and I'm wait a minute. That's totally not him. That's AI. You can tell the way the mouth's moving, and so there is almost no regulation on Facebook with respect to shit ads. I see ads all the time for stuff that is fake, that is bullshit. They're not going to send you anything. You know, they one of my favorite ones, they get this toolbox, this roll-away tool chest. It's got like 10 drawers. It's loaded with socket wrenches and open-end wrenches and screwdrivers and all kinds of shit, and it's $39. So
wow.
It's usually a tool chest like that would be $3,900 minimum if you bought it from if you bought it from Snap-on, it would be twice that. So obviously it's a scam. Why does Facebook let this shit on? Joe Rogan talking about the supplement, that's a scam. The other guy, it almost so many ads on Facebook are scams, and but they'll deplatform you. They'll put you in timeout. They'll can you for doing this or that. But you can go ahead and buy with confidence from the people that we sell advertising.
You know why? Because they're paying, John. That's why.
Exactly. So why can't we pay to keep our accounts open? How about that? How about this? How about Facebook starts a subscription service where if you join, if you pay the $5 a month, you get to post whatever you want and they can't take it down. How about that?
Yeah,
because the advertisers are doing the same exact thing. They put up anything they want up there, and Facebook says, "Go ahead, we'll just take the check."
That's not. That's what I said. They should charge for a premium account. You can put whatever you want up. You're right.
Exactly.
Did you see the AI they did of Trump, where they had Trump sitting there talking, going, "I'm a criminal. I deserve to be locked up," and it's like his voice didn't move.
Well,
the only thing is, though, if they do that to Biden, we know it's AI because it's going to be like speaking in coherent sentences, so we're going to know it's fake. If it makes a full sentence without one, we're like, that's fake. That's AI for sure.
You know, here's what's really funny. There's this whole thing going on about what are they shooting Joe Biden up with? What drugs are they giving him? Because he did the State of the Union address and he's yelling and screaming and and then he gives another speech somewhere else and he's Amtrak and Joey Baby. And, doesn't make any sense at all.
I took the train over the Baltimore Bridge. Right.
But yes, he rode the train across the bridge that doesn't have train tracks. So they let him get it, but everybody's worrying about what he's geezing to do the State of the Union address. They don't pay any attention to the fact that he can't stand up without the drugs. But they want to know what drugs he's taking.
They found it. They found it in the locker at the White House. They know.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay,
courtesy of Hunter. A little bit of sprinkle of this.
Yeah.
What's that? What's that, son? Dad, it's just creatine. You got to snort it. You'll be okay.
I watched this guy on Facebook snorting his pre-workout. I thought we'd go ahead and try it here.
And his shuffle's getting. Did you notice when he came out of Air Force One? When he went to that thing in New York with Barack and all those idiots, they've actually used it like the cargo door, the lower door on the bottom of the plane come down. The stairs are very, very like this. They're not steep. So
well, actually, they started that a few months ago. They actually have a program or an operation called Operation Bubble Pack, and it's basically to wrap Joe Biden euphemistically in bubble wrap so he can't hurt himself. So they got him wearing these special sneakers. And you know what? If you want to hide the sneakers, paint them fucking black. They're as blue as Lee's watch. Okay, you can't miss it. And then what you just said about the stairs, the lower stairs, they bring them up the short steps so he can get him in the plane so he doesn't fall up the steps like he did the last time.
And his walker, his shuffle's getting worse. That little shuffle he's doing, it's like, what? It's like,
and then what he'll do is he'll get off the helicopter and he'll do this little jog, for 3 steps. Hey, see how fit I am, and then he's he's got to hold Nancy Pelosi's hand to go to the bathroom.
And then out comes Jean Pierre and all the other people.
Right.
You have no idea.
This president is vigorous.
Where we're fighting all day, we can't keep up. He's just non-stop. Go. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Oh my God. But that whole thing, but I did see too, since this Baltimore Bridge happened, and it was named after the person that wrote the Star Spangled Banner that owned slaves. It's racist.
Right.
Going to change the name of the bridge, and then they got into the whole big discussion about how there's lots of bridges in America that are racist because they were built at a certain height that the buses for the inner city kids couldn't go to the rich areas or down to the beach because they deliberately built the bridge this high. So the buses taking the black and brown kids couldn't get under the bridge. I'm like, they could have got in the car or walked, but it's like the bus couldn't get under. I think, well, that means the buses that the white kids are on too probably couldn't get under the same bridge. The bridge didn't go, well, white people, raise up, under you go. Oh, black people, lower the bridge. It's like,
but the white people don't live in the neighborhoods that the black people lived in. They were taking the train that they couldn't get to the beach on. So
I want to know what's happening to the guy that crashed into the bridge. That's what I want to know.
Probably nothing. So far, they said he did everything right.
So why did he crash into the bridge?
Well, because supposedly the ship lost propulsion, lost power, lost propulsion, lost the ability to steer. And when they finally got it back, whatever maneuver they tried to do, aimed it right at the bridge. So
there's lots of
which is pretty nuts because right immediately after that and immediately before the pylon is like tiny compared to the span on either side of the bridge the boat could have gone under. But however Murphy's Law worked out in that case, it went straight into the concrete.
Yeah, there's been lots of conspiracy floating around now already about it. Was it deliberate? Was this? And then Biden, he's like, the federal government's going to pay for it immediately and all this. I reckon it's going to be like $1 billion. And people are like, those shipping companies have hundreds of millions of dollars worth of insurance. Why is the taxpayer paying for the bridge when that shipping company should be the ones paying for it? And
I'll tell you why.
Joy Reid was going on about with the mayor of Baltimore, the black guy, how, people are saying stuff about him that's because he's black. And Joy Reid's like, yes. And the people just don't like it. There was Latinos working on the bridge, Latinos, not white people. And the ship was Indian, brown people. They were just a white America. He's trying to make, I'm like, why are you bringing in the ship's crew race? The people working on the bridges race, they all built America and they were the ones on the bridge. There was no white. Like what did she say? White, like upper class people working on it. It was the Latinos there when it came down. I'm like, oh fuck me, dead.
Well, the reason why they want to use federal funds for it is because they'll do it immediately. The insurance company is going to drag their feet, investigate, there'll be months, if not years, before the insurance company pays up. So they got to get the bridge back up.
I reckon it's going to take like 5-6 years, and that's like one of the that's probably. I know they're trying to clear it as quick as they can to get the shipping port going. Because I reckon like cars, farming equipment, and so many things come in and out of that port.
Most of the cars that are imported to the United States come through that port.
Didn't someone say? I think yesterday there's already going to be like 300 ships backed up because of it.
Probably they sent the giant crane ship there now. There's two of them.
Didn't they say they can only do like so many thousand at a time, and they reckon there's like 400,000 ton of bridge just on the ship alone. So they're going to have to cut it all up and just move it little bits at a time because that crane can only lift so much. They need to get the Egyptians there because they used to lift those big stones for the pyramids. They can get that bridge out in 2 days if you get the Egyptians.
All I know is that DeSantis repaired the bridge to Pine Island here after the hurricane 2 years ago in 1 day. So maybe they should get him on fixing that bridge because he obviously figured out how to do it very quickly.
Actually, you know who builds bridges really fast are the Chinese.
Get them in here.
Yep.
They got plenty of people over there. Jimmy the Bull would say, put him in a white van, send him over here,
Yep. Put him in a ship.
It's like just go down to the Rio Grande and get a couple of 10,000 of those people coming across because, according to Joy Reid, they fix bridges and do everything else. So.
I want to show you this thing. Have you seen Robby Robinson? These recent pictures of him posing.
What is Robby now? Is he like 76 now or what? 78?
77. All right, ready for this?
Yeah.
Here he is guest posing.
Mm-hmm.
77 years old.
Still looks great, doesn't he? And John's like, yep, and he's a weed smoker every day. It does the body good.
Right.
His skin is pretty damn good, I got to tell you, for 77 years old, right? He doesn't really have any wrinkles on his face.
Insane. Unbelievable.
Even his skin on his body is pretty good. You know, usually when you get old, I have like more loose skin than he does.
So do I. I got a loose skin. He's got none.
No, his pecs are pretty tight.
He probably moisturizes, but he still has that nice sheen to the skin. And
he moisturizes. He has his hair too. I don't know how he has a full head of hair too, John.
He looks amazing.
You think that's real hair? It must be.
Well, you don't know where the braids end and the hair starts.
That's true.
Marijuana does the body good.
That's right. The higher you stay, the longer you live.
Every time you'd see him in gold, sometimes you'd have the shades on because he's high as a kite. He's talking really slow.
Would you train with him? Because he used to come in like your time, early in the morning, right?
Yeah, then he'll come back again later on. But I follow some of his stuff. He's always, like I said, if you watch him, he's always strictly to his diet. He's always eating healthy. He puts up the foods he has. But like I said, 77, he'll probably live to 100 by the look of him. It's like,
yeah, he told me he's a big believer in injectable glutathione too. He's been doing that for years. He told me. So,
and didn't he have that? He was taking that stuff too, because didn't he have like that problem with his blood, the red blood cells or something?
Well, he's got like a partial sickle cell anemia. He doesn't have full blown sickle cell, but he has sickle cell anemia. So I think it's sometimes once in a while he'll get like episodes where he's. You know, because sickle cell anemia is when your red blood cells are supposed to be these biconcave discs, and the sickle cell is kind of like it's not shaping properly. So because it's kind of weird shaped like a sickle. It doesn't carry oxygen as well. So, you know, probably, you know, he's carrying maybe 25% less oxygen than the average person. So he can get low energy and stuff like that, especially if lets his body get run down. I imagine. Probably being on anabolics probably helped him in it because it raises red blood cell count, you know.
Who do you think's would it be him or who's been going to golds the longest, him or Charles Glass? Robbie probably, wouldn't he? Robbie?
I would think Robbie's older, right? So
yeah, Robbie's older.
Because Robbie was there, even back in the 70s with Arnold and that.
Did Robbie go earlier than Arnold or after Arnold?
Way earlier.
Robbie, there's lots of photos of Robbie's when he was on the Main Street building, you know, when it's just that the old one, the golds that had the brick.
The original one on 2nd Street in Santa Monica, that one?
Yeah, where it's
or the original, or Joe's original Gold's Gym.
Joe's original.
Pacific. Yeah,
Pacific, yeah. Where it's just that brick front. There's pictures of that group out the front, him and Platts and the whole, you know, it's like 100 people in the photo. That would have been like, 72-ish, 71 even, maybe.
Yeah, probably early 70s, yeah.
So he's been there forever. He's probably one of the longest.
Yeah,
probably.
Have you seen this? I just noticed this transgendered what's going on with the transgender and the powerlifting? I'm really like kind of pissed off about it, to be honest with you. Because it's so unfair to let these...
That is like me with a wig on.
Genetic men lifting with the women that it's terrible.
It's the same process that's ruining everything. It's this oppressed versus oppressor matrix, and it frightens the shit out of anybody that's got any kind of authority to do anything. So what happens is if you are a member of an oppressed group and you are told by a member of the oppressor group that you can't do something, like a guy can't compete in a girl's event. If you say that, then you become attacked. You are the wrong person. You are the oppressor. You are the one who is keeping the oppressed down. And that's their mentality. So this is what we get. We get guys dressing up as girls, powerlifting, swimming, whatever, that they do in order to promote and further this stupid agenda that they're on. This radical agenda, though, it's only followed by a minute percentile of the population. Yet everybody falls all over them like they're the end all. It's unbelievable.
Well, did you see in Australia the did you see that soccer team, Lee, that the parents wouldn't let the kids play against them. They had 4 transgenders on the one team, and they were beating everyone.
Look, I used to be against this. I used to be totally against it, but now I'm getting old and I can't compete with the men anymore. I'm starting to see the good side of this. Okay, so I got my wig in the cupboard there. I watched this one thing on YouTube because I went down the YouTube rabbit hole of this even, and I came across one where these girls were like, "Oh, we're the best team," and that. This one guy took on like 8 girls in soccer. And he scored like 10 goals to 1. And then you had that. Did you remember when they had that American team who were like young, like under 15 guys? They played the American USA team and beat them 12
the shit out of them. Megan Rapinoe, right? She was on there.
Yeah, they were 50. Yeah, that rapper. What's her name? That
Megan Rapinoe.
Yeah. They got their asses handed to them by a 15-year-old kids soccer team.
Can't you hear this one? Dave will like this one, and Lee, I think Lee will appreciate it even more. There are these idiot protesters protesting for Hamas, and one of them is on her period, and she doesn't have an extra tampon. So her friend, she starts freaking out because she thinks she's going to get toxic shock syndrome because it's been in there too long. So her friend, she's freaking out. Her friend calls 911 and says, "This girl needs a tampon and she's going to get toxic shock syndrome and die." And the dispatcher says, "Do you need an ambulance?" And she goes, "No, I need a tampon." And she's freaking out that so they say, "Go home and get one." So they're worried that she's going to get arrested if she leaves the building. So here's the conflict: get arrested, which they weren't going to do anyway because they're a member of an oppressed group. So take the potential to get arrested, which is non-existent, or go home and get the tampon. Either way, it's a win.
But it's like, so it was a guy who became a woman who needs a tampon for his period.
So you took the words right out of my mouth, Lee. That's exactly what I was going to say. All he had to do, all the girl had to do was say, "I'm a guy and I identify as a woman and I'm having my period and I need a tampon." They would have delivered one. They would have airdropped it. They would have sent a drone with it. They would have delivered it. They would have brought it to her. I'm telling you.
Well, what about the schools? Those schools have put the tampons in the male toilets, and I'm like,
"Well, are they really?"
Yeah, it's like, what do you got? Hemorrhoids? You got to shove it up your ass? It's like, what do you
Lee, hold on. Are they doing that because in case there are any women who identify as men who are using the bathroom?
They say that, yes, but the majority of them, even the men who say they're women, say they need them because they have their period. They had a couple on. I was watching this YouTube thing, and they were men, men dressed as women, saying how they get moody because that time of the month's coming on. Like, they're actually talking themselves into it. Like, they got some girlfriends there. They're like, "Yeah, I found that since I've been hanging out with them, I'm my period's coming the same time." I'm like, "You're a fucking man." It's like, what do you do every month? Just get the scissors and cut the ball so you bleed, just so you kick in? I'm like,
we live in a very disturbed society, John.
Could you imagine, like, if people from the 50s and 60s come back and just watch one news cycle of today?
I'm afraid. What is it going to be like in 20 years from now? We might not even be able to tell who's who.
We don't have 20 years left at this rate.
I thought you were going to say, you and I don't have 20 years left on this earth.
The problem. The reason we have this problem is that when these mentally ill people say things like, "I think I'm a girl," when they're a guy, or any other of the manifestations of mental illness, instead of taking these people, bringing them to a hospital or some facility and treating them for mental illness, instead of that, we laud them, we celebrate them, we give them all kinds of shit to prove to them that, what they're doing is the right thing. It's good to do. Here, let's put tampons in the men's room.
It's like years ago when I was young. This would have been in the late 80s, early 90s, when my cousin was transitioning to be a transsexual. He went to a psychiatrist for over a year because anyone going through that knows this is a lifelong, if you're going to make the whole change, it's a life-changing thing, and they would go to doctors to make sure that this is what they wanted. They were mentally sane, and this is how they felt inside. Not just like John said, today I'm a girl, I want to be treated as a girl. Tomorrow, no, I'm non-binary. I don't associate with anything. I can't relate to men or women. I'm like, you can just wash you back and forth to get attention. And
Greg Valentino said it best. It's a fetish for a lot of people. It's a fetishy thing.
Yeah.
There are legitimate trans,
but those ones too, if you speak to them and talk to them, they can't stand these ones that are just going through this game shit. They're like, I'm actually feel this way. I'm actually transitioning and changing everything, doing the hormones, getting the breast implants, because they really do feel like they're women. These ones who are like, I'm cis, this, cis, that. Or tomorrow, my new pronouns are X, Inks, Z. Fuck off. It's like, are you just going for the shock value, or the ones that say I'm a cat and the school puts a litter box in? That's mental illness.
Those
and then
are
the
kids
playing along with it.
Those are the kids when we were in school that would spray paint their hair colors or wear weird earrings. Nowadays, they got to go beyond that.
Hair, Dave. I take offense to that. Okay, there's nothing. Look at me. I'm a perfect example of sanity. Come on. What do you mean?
Every generation has got kids that are rebellious, and now the new rebellious thing is to say you're the opposite sex. That's all.
But wait a minute. That's not rebellion. That's worse than rebellion, because they're mentally ill. They're mentally ill people.
Are they mentally ill, John, or are they just being brainwashed by society?
No. They're mentally ill. Any guy who says they're a girl is mentally ill. They are mentally ill. Any girl who says they're a guy who says they're a girl, a cat, a dog, whatever, they are mentally ill. If I walked into the police station one day and I said, I'm Napoleon Bonaparte and I need to find, where the battlefield is. Do you think they're going to show me where the battlefield is? No, they're going to put me in a fucking mental hospital. Why do we, when the guy says, I think I'm a woman, why do we hand him a tampon? Why don't we send him to the mental hospital?
No, we give them breast implants, John.
Right. We celebrate them.
Yeah. If we could see the future, that movie Oppenheimer, it would be rewritten. Okay, we got the bomb for Hiroshima. We got the bomb for Nagasaki. Okay, we need one more for the USA. We need one more for the UK. We need to stop this problem now and just wipe everyone the fuck out.
Wipe out everybody.
Where do you think that it started here? Definitely, don't you think?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is definitely an American.
And the Australians, you guys love to copy everything we do, so you guys will have.
I think it goes like America, UK, Australia. It's like so it's like the freest countries where you can do what you want, be what you want.
You try to do that in Russia, they fucking put you in the gulag. That's why.
Oh, did you ever see that clip of two Russian cops are in the airport and they're trying to question this dude dressed up like he's got knee-high boots on with high heels and leather and weird hair, makeup, nails, and everything. Obviously, a dude dressed up as a freak woman. Yeah. And he's not cooperating. They try to move him over here to get him out of the way, because they want to question him for whatever reason. I don't know why. The guy, girl, whatever, is resisting, won't comply, says something. After about 2 seconds of that, one of the cops reaches into his sock and pulls out a fucking haymaker and lays this guy out. Boom. Unconscious on the floor. They drag him off to the corner and then they finish what they were intended to do.
Well, that's why I like when I watch that Ross Kemp when he goes to that show, World's Toughest Prisons. And it's like Americans, Australians, we're all complaining, we get treated so bad in prison. It's like, have you seen some of those prisons around the world that Ross Kemp goes into? It's like, you're in a holiday camp compared to somewhere overseas in Russia or Eastern Europe or China or
100%. Yeah. Well, Jimmy the Bull was supposed to join us today. Of course, he canceled.
He's resting up for the confessions in 2 hours time.
You know what, John? I had a talk with him the other day, and I said, I told him I wanted him to come out and spend a week with me here. And as soon as I committed to saying, okay, I want you to come out, he already had 1,000,001 excuses. It's exactly what you said. When I was on the fence about it, he wanted to come out. Oh yeah, I'm going to be there. But as soon as I said, all right, let's book a weekend, he was done. That was it.
It's like every time I come to America and I give him the dates, he's got his hotel paid for, this and that. Yeah. Then as soon as it comes around, oh no, I can't work and no one can take my gift. Then I go.
I need air in my tires. I can't go.
He gets a
I've come all the way
stone or something like that too. Yeah,
I've come all the way from Australia, Jimmy, like over 20 hours of traveling. You've only got to fly 2 hours.
Yeah. He couldn't handle it. It was too much for him.
Nope.
When are you coming in again? Aren't you going to be here soon?
June.
Oh, June. Okay. All right.
I said I got to go next month to Melbourne for Expo, and May 5 days I could be going to Russia for a bodybuilding show in Expo, Russia.
Wow. And you posted about that. Yeah, that should be fun.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Just don't dress up as a woman there, Lee.
No, or if you do, listen to what the cops tell you.
Yeah.
I'm already expecting to hate. I can't believe you went to Russia. You're supporting Russia. We hate you.
Yeah.
I'm supporting the Russian bodybuilding people, actual people.
Right.
I'm not a government liaison, you dickheads. So, and then Nashville, Tennessee in June, and that's when I'll probably head up that way after that.
Yeah. You're that's going to be very traumatic for you. You don't like all that traveling. It sounds good, but it's 6 months away.
It's already stressing me out when I think about it. Just going to Melbourne.
It's creeping up. Yeah. You're fine when it's like 6 months out. When it starts getting a little closer, you start getting all kinds of like craziness going on. Yeah.
Don't talk about it. And Russia, I'll be thinking now when I go from Dubai to Russia, I hope the people don't think this is a military jet flying over and make a mistake like they've done before. I said to my wife that the good thing is I know going from Dubai to Russia, I'll definitely get 4 seats to lay down because how many people will be going to Russia?
You might not want to keep your hotel door open like you do here, like in case you have a heart attack and die in Russia.
I'm just worried. I want people to know if anyone sees this in Russia, any militant group or ISIS groups, I'm a washed up old bodybuilder. I'm worth nothing if you kidnap me. I'm not worth a dime, okay? And they won't even give you the tips to get me out of fucking hostage.
we might have to trade. We might have to trade for hostages.
ISIS will go. We see all the tips Dave gets. Let's hold him for ransom. We want those tips to get Lee out.
Yeah. We'll be like, I'll send you that Daddy Aioli guy in exchange for Lee.
Yeah.
Or the cat guy.
That's the Daddy Aioli.
Send him the cat guy.
Yeah, that's the Daddy Aioli.
Oh, that's him.
Okay. I'm gonna be like a prisoner.
I joined late.
Yeah, but you had the same joke that I did. You just didn't know it.
And if you get bored, don't forget, watch that good documentary on Netflix. Don't fuck with cats. You watch that one?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
You never watched that documentary?
No. What is it about?
Look at it. I think it's on Netflix still.
What's it about?
Oh, it's hard to explain. Someone fucked with a cat and got fucked up.
Oh, all right. I'll check it out.
Yeah, that's why I put that little thing on my Instagram page of that cat in the hoodie. Where it says, don't fuck with
that's
cats.
from that movie and that
documentary.
All right. Yeah. I'll check it out. Lee Priest recommended. I got to check it out. He's got pretty good taste. That's going to do it for today. I hope you guys have a great weekend planned. I will be at the next week. Actually, I'll be at the Mel Chancey show.
It's Easter weekend, so everyone.
Happy Easter.
And this is what I need to ask this before we go. Like Christmas is the same day. Why does Easter? Last time Easter was like in the middle of April. It's like, how can your death day change? Didn't he get crucified on a certain day? Then he rose 3 days later.
I think they like to put it on a Sunday.
They got to keep it on a Sunday because you got a Good Friday, a Holy Thursday, and then
Easter. And I want people to know. I want people to know on Good Friday yesterday, I went to McDonald's and I had beef burgers, but I did have one fillet of fish. Okay, because I don't know why people can't eat meat on Good Friday. It's like they're bad all year. They don't even go to church. Oh, today I can't have steak. It's Good Friday. It's like, well, what? The fish has to die. So what are you worried about? It's like, come on. Yeah. I think just some upset Jewish pastor back in the day or person in the church had an argument with the butcher because he wouldn't give him good prices. And he said, you know what, fuck you. I'm going to tell everybody on Good Friday you can't buy steak and you're going to fucking lose money. Why else would they come up with this stupid thing on fucking Friday you can't eat meat?
Yeah. Did you see that?
Everyone becomes religious on Friday.
Did you see they got a new McDonald's menu coming out? They have a chicken Big Mac coming out. Did you see that?
And by 2026, starting soon, every McDonald's will be selling Krispy Kreme donuts.
No way, really? That's a big deal.
You see that announcement? That's like a major.
I missed it. No, I missed it. I'm not a big Krispy Kreme donut guy, so
I know you're at McDonald's. Imagine an apple pie with a donut on top, and then the sundae on top of that.
I think they're coming out with caramel apple pies. I saw that too. It's been new.
We had them here already. We had caramel and custard in them, and banana and custard in them.
I think they test everything in Australia before they bring it here first.
Yeah, because Australians will eat anything.
Yeah. Do they have chicken Big Macs there?
Yes, we've had them for a while.
Oh, you see that? They're everyone's telling me all these new items. You guys have already had it already, so I can just ask you how it is.
And someone said too, they're getting that biscotti type sundae and stuff. We've already had that, the biscotti one and whatever it fucking.
They must. I think they test market in your little.
I'm the tester. They say, did Lee Priest like it? He did do a video about it.
Didn't you? What happened to that? Didn't you have a gold card where you can get unlimited McDonald's food or something?
That's
like
when I went to Hawaii for a seminar. Wow. And they said to me, man, Lee, at the end of the 2 weeks, you use this up good because in the morning, the 10 homeless people out at McDonald's are taking them trays to McDonald's for breakfast.
He was feeding the homeless, John.
Yeah, it was great. They thought it was great. Every morning we met out the front. They brought them trays of McDonald's out.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Lee, I told you, you're the defender of the downtrodden and the oppressed.
No, I did it for clout. I did it to get more views because I'm washed up and I'm washed up gringo. I'm a washed up American gringo that hates Mexicans. That's the only retion I did it.
There you go. That's it. That's Lee Priest in a nutshell. And on that note,
sorry, Jose and Jesus, and hope you still come do my gardening for me. Thank you.
And on that note, we'll see you guys again next week. I'm Dave Palumbo with John Romano and Lee Priest and Jimmy the Bull, who didn't show up. Have a great weekend.